Joanne is? It's okay. Maybe not you guys. Maybe you guys know who Joanne is. This section of the stadium seems real emphatic about knowing who Joanne is. Like, bitch, we know. Sing the song. Okay, but if maybe some people don't know, or maybe you think you know and you don't, I'm gonna tell you. I love you too. My middle name is Joanne. That's the name given to me by my mother and my father. But I was named Joanne for a reason. My father's sister, Joanne, died when she was 19 years old in 1974 from lupus. My dad was 15. And when I was a kid, I never understood why I would catch my dad getting real angry, or he'd get really depressed, or I would just see him start to choke up and have to leave the room. And I didn't know what was wrong, and it built a pain within me that I didn't fully understand. And then I'd go to dinner at my grandparents' house, and we'd sit down and eat as a family, and I would see my grandfather start to cry, and then my grandma. And then again, my dad's voice would get really thin, and he'd get up and he'd leave the table. And there was this portrait, though, this painting of an angel, and by the front door at my grandparents' house. And basically there was a grief within my family before I was even born that was passed on to me. And I call it intergenerational grief. So as I've been growing up in the past 10 years in front of all of you, with all of you, I've had to do a lot of soul searching to return back to who I really and truly am and was before I became a star. It sounds like really silly problems. But I will tell you that I don't really remember what it was like to walk down the street and not have people follow me. So in order to find myself again, I had to go back to that pain and figure out, what's bothering me? Why am I drinking so much? Why do I need to get high so much? Why do I need to disappear and numb it all so much? And what I realized is that what you gotta do is you gotta go back to that place. So I'm gonna ask all of you to go back there with me to that time in your life, that moment in your life that blasted you so hard that you just can't even fucking remember who you were before. That you were this other person, and then this thing happened and something in you died. So I realized that you gotta go back down the rabbit hole the other way. Figure out what it is that brought you here now. And you gotta be unafraid to name it. So I spent some time working on that, and I made it into a record that I could sing so loud all around the world so that my father would hear. So that